And the last thing is my question for Christy. Uh-oh. Sometimes people drive crazy. Hey everybody, we're back. We just hiked Herman Gulch right off of I-70, almost up to the Eisenhower Tunnel. And we just wanted to give you our review and rating of it.
Yeah, so Chris, what would you say was the overall difficulty of this trail?
So I would rate the overall difficulty difficult because it's pretty steep. Over 3.5 miles from trailhead until we turned around, we gained 1,800 feet. So it felt pretty steep. There were some flatter sections, but just know that it's pretty steep. Anything else you would add for the overall rating?
I'd say that the surface was a little difficult if you don't feel comfortable balancing as well. So there were a lot of roots, there were some one log bridges, and some like looser steep stuff. But yeah, so just be prepared for that.
All right, Christy, tell us about how childcare or toddler friendly it was.
Yeah, so this is a trail that personally, if I had a toddler, I would probably either not do it or expect to be carrying them for a portion of it. The reason for that is it is pretty steep. So just be prepared for a lot of breaks if you bring your toddler or your child that's walking. In terms of child carrier friendly, I would just say make sure that you feel comfortable in your ability to carry a lot of weight up steep surfaces, and that your balance is something you feel comfortable with. So it would be a moderate difficulty to difficult when it comes to child carrier friendly.
That reminds me that the other piece of the difficulty is that the trailhead is at 10,000 feet. You go up from there, so you go up to almost 12,000 feet by the turnaround point. And this being an out and back, it'll just take some breaks or some good fitness there.
Yeah, and bring some bribery treats for your little ones if they're going to be walking with you. So, Chris, tell us a little bit about the water and shade on the trail.
Yeah, great. So there was a ton of shade. All the way up until pretty much the very end where the lake is. There was really great shade, and up there at the top it was a lot cooler, so shade didn't matter quite as much. There was more wind, and with Colorado weather in the summers, you never know if you're going to get a little sprinkle or what. So definitely make sure to bring your rain jackets, whether or not you think it's going to rain, because it might just be windy and feel cold. So that was the case for me. I forgot my rain jacket today, and that was no fun. So the water access was really awesome. I would say probably more than 3/4 of the trail is right next to the water. So our dog Sierra had plenty of spots to stop and drink, cool off, and the sound was just great the whole time.
And we even got to use our bee-free water filter to fill up water, so it's great for that too.
Okay, Christy, tell us about the bugs.
The bugs were actually not bad. There were a few flies, and I think because we were at a higher elevation, they just weren't bothersome. So, great trail if you want to get away from bugs. So, Chris, tell us about the view at the end.
The view is amazing. So this is essentially a hike up a valley into this huge bowl. So you've got mountains rising above you on every side. You've got this alpine lake. It's incredible. It's really, really amazing. Would highly recommend it. On the way up and on the way down, you get little glimpses of the peaks and the ridges and everything, and that's really fun too. But man, once you get up there, it's totally worth it. All right, Christy, last question. Tell us what the cool thing for the kids is.
Okay, cool things for the kids. I can't wait till our boys are big enough for this, but there are so many wildflowers. It's really rare to still see wildflowers in August in Colorado, but all of the alpine meadows were just full of so many different wildflowers. So I highly recommend, like, if you can download an app and it can identify plants, and even just like do a little scavenger hunt with your kids and like see if you guys can name different flowers. The other really fun thing is the lake at the end, and it might be fun just to like throw rocks in, or whatever. I think it would be too cold to swim in, but yeah, it's a great hike for getting to find wildflowers.
Awesome. Well, this difficult hike is totally worth it.
Yes.
I highly recommend it. Go check out Herman Gulch, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in the next one.